Hi, this is Ernst with Gitta Sells and Associates and Keller Williams Heritage Realty. I hope you're all doing well on this beautiful and sunny Florida day. It's nice and cool. It's not cool, but it's great. We're all happy to see some of our businesses here in Florida opening up again. And you know, in America, we need people who buy and sell stuff. That's how our economy works. So please go out and buy, I don't care what it is, ice cream cones and whatever. Just go and buy it, so make the people happy. Also, I am the moderator for the Seminole County Real Estate Update. Today is May 6, 2020. I welcome also Julia Bell with Movement Mortgage, one of the top mortgage lenders here in the United States. And without mortgage money, would be dead in the water. I'm sure you all know that real estate is the backbone of our economy, and without it, nothing would be happening. Also, we'll be holding this Real Estate Live update every Thursday, God willing, at 5:30 every Thursday. So don't forget it, put it on your calendar now. And while you're watching this on Facebook Live, make sure you hit the like button, put some nice emojis, love, 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 and share it with your friends. Now, I'm get to the point where I have to turn this over to our team leader and my life partner for 50 years, almost, and let her tell us what's going on in her neck of the woods. Okay, Gitta?
Hi, everyone, and thank you again for coming to our real estate market update. This is Gitta with the Gitta Sells team, Keller Williams. I'm here with my team to again provide you a real estate market update for Seminole County for April 2020. I also welcome Julia Bell with Movement Mortgage, one of the top mortgage lenders in the US. Without getting a mortgage, we would be stuck in the mud. Real estate sales would be pretty much not happening. Julia will show you how she can help you. I hope you are all well and looking forward to the day where we can go back to our normal lives. Hi, Lisa. Take it from here.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Lisa Melvin. I am going to be giving you a market update in beautiful cities of Sanford and Castleberry.
Hey guys, I'm Chris Kapp, and I'll be giving you guys an update on the Oviedo and Winter Springs area.
Hi guys, this is Charlie Peterson. I'll be updating you all on Winter Park and Maitland for the month of April 2019 and 2020.
Hello everybody, this is Tony Bonello, and I will be giving you updates on the cities of Apopka and Altamont Springs.
And hi, this is Ernst. I will give you a market update for Geneva and Geneva Lakes, so Lakes of Geneva and DeBerry. I know DeBerry is not in our county, but I'll do it anyways. So it gives me the great pleasure now to turn this over to Julia Bell to give us an update and see what kind of money is out there for people who can qualify. Okay, Julia, why don't you take it from here?
Well, thank you so much for having me. I want to first tell all of you on watching here today that lenders are still lending money. I hear a lot in the media that they are saying that clients have to have 20% down and they have to have a 720 credit score. And a lot of the big banks, yes, indeed, they are doing that. But your direct lenders, like your Movement Mortgages of the world, are still lending 3% down conventional loans with a 660 credit score. So there are still minimal loan down payments that can be approved and closed. So I first want to preface that. I also want to let you know that we have just rolled out a program for Frontline Heroes. And the Frontline Heroes program is going to give $2,500 of closing costs when you're purchasing a home. Nice. So that is literally going to help more and more people to be able to get into homes. And so who is a Frontline Hero?
I'm a frontline hero, no?
You are, you are.
Okay, I didn't know I didn't qualify.
But the real definition in Movement Mortgages qualifications for the Frontline Hero program is your doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, anybody who's on the front line keeping all of us safe during this pandemic. So I also wanted to kind of tell you guys a little bit about what I'm hearing chatter in the market. I get a question a lot. Is this pandemic going to be a housing crisis? This is not a housing crisis. This is a pandemic. So people are still buying homes. We all have to have somewhere to live, and everybody wants to accomplish the American dream of homeownership. So there are opportunities out there and programs to get first-time home buyers, move-up buyers, investors, and retirees into homes right here and now. So what about the clients and the people out there that are furloughed right now? When you are currently on a furlough, you're not going to get approved for a mortgage at that time. But just have hope that the moment that you're back into your line of work at your employer, then at that time, call us and we can work towards getting you pre-approved. If you have less than perfect credit, I want you to know there are options out there for less than perfect credit. We are still doing FHA loans, which is the Federal Housing Administration, and we're still doing the VA loans, which is for your Veterans Administration and your active military. And for an active military professional, you can actually still go down to a 580 credit score. Now, if it is a veteran, the requirement right now, and I preface right now during the pandemic, is 620. So you don't have to have perfect credit to buy a home. So in the event that you're looking to get pre-approved or you have less than perfect credit, call us so that we can get you on the path to home ownership today so that you'll be a buyer tomorrow.
Great. Thank you so much, Julia. Great.
Thank you.
So Charles and anyone, your wife is working in the hospital, right? I don't know whether she's considered frontline or not, but it would be a nice gift.
I guess technically she is. Yeah, she's in the sterile tech department. So my wife works in it. She makes sure all the instruments for surgeries and just different operations are clean so that they're not infected with anything. So that way you don't get infected yourself with it. So yeah, I guess she's on the front line. She goes to work and she's all protected.
Wow, that's good. Great job. Very nice. Okay, thank you very much, Julia. It's great to know that money is out there for people who can buy homes. That's very, very important. And now I'm going to turn this over to Gitta for her report.
Thank you, Ernst. I'm sure you are all wondering what is going on regarding real estate in the state of Florida, and of course, especially in our area. Seminole County had a 21% decline in home sales over 2019, from 734 units to 573 units. The average price increased to $299,640, which is 6% over 2019. But increases will not continue. Most likely they will go down. The luxury home inventory is really getting hurt, as sales over 800,000 declined by 50%, from 12 units in 2019 to 6 in 2020. The average luxury home price declined by 16%, from $1,113,000 in 2019 to $927,000. So luxury home sellers really have to watch the market. Lake Mary statistics: 53 homes were sold in April of 2020 compared to last year, 2019, 83 sales were completed, and that was a 36% decline. Last week, I projected a 32% decline over 2019. It was actually worse by 4 points. The average sold home price was $371,000 versus in 2019 it was $356,649, a 4% increase in price over the price in 2019. The per square foot price increased by 7% to $176,000. So the market was pretty much stressed. Longwood, on the other hand, fared much better in April. 95 homes sold during April 2020 versus 84 homes in April of 2019. That was a 13% increase. Way to go, Longwood. The average home price, however, showed a 9% decline from $366,332 in 2019 to $333,644 in 2020, or $32,488,000 less. So Longwood home owners saw a decline in the average home price. This was my report, and I'm turning it over to Lisa. Lisa.
Hola, good afternoon again, everyone. So I'm going to be reporting and providing you with numbers for property sales in the city of Castleberry and Sanford for the months of April of 2019-2020. So I'm going to start off with Sanford. In 2019, there were 105 homes sold versus 110 for 2020. The average sold price for 2019 was $246,315 compared to the average sold price of this month, this year, $248,304, range in price between $35,000 to $249,000 for 2020 versus April of 2019. The price range between $51,000 and $810,000. So for Sanford, we actually saw an increase from same month compared to this year in April by 5%. So, you know, as you can see, Sanford continues to stay steady. We're continuing listing and selling homes. Now I'm going to move over to city of Castleberry, which is a big city. It actually has many locations within the same zip code and many others. For 2019 in April, there were 155 homes sold. Also, for April of this year, there were 114,000 units sold. That shows a decline from last year, same month to this year, 26%. The houses in 2020, average price is $289,000. The square foot is $155. And the price range between $58,000 to $920,000 compared to last year. Average sold price $259,662. It's about $147 per square foot. Price range between $79,000 and $805,000. So that completes my report. I'm going to turn it over to Chris. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Lisa. Great job. Great job, Gitta. Thank you for joining us, Julie. I appreciate it. This is Chris Kapp. I'll be giving you guys an update here on Winter Springs and Oviedo. To start off with some numbers here in Winter Springs. Winter Springs in 2019 showed us sales of about 77. And this year, for April, they saw 55 sales. So there was a decrease in sold homes in Winter Springs, about 40%. Overall, for the 55 sales in Winter Springs is showing about a little over 100 listings right now. So Winter Springs is still sitting on about 2 months of inventory. So still, we're not in a hesitation and crisis in the Winter Springs area. Winter Springs is showing $161 per square foot sold, and that's an increase of about 5% over last year. So even though there was a decrease in the number of units in Winter Springs, the value is going up still. So that's very good. So, and
nice.
For the course of the month in April, Winter Springs still showed quite a few homes that went under pending. They started the first week of April with 22 pending, and by the end of the month, they were at 47 pending. So there's still activity that's going on in the Winter Springs area, and all sorts of different price ranges are there in the Winter Springs area as well, too. We're looking from anywhere from $58,000 all the way up to $920,000. So lots of good stuff that's there in the Winter Springs area. And now it's time to move it over to the Oviedo chickens. I've been here in the Oviedo area, drive through downtown Oviedo, see these chickens clucking all the time. It's a great place to live. I've been here about 20 years. So if you want to come down and see some Oviedo chickens, give me a call. In the Oviedo area for the month of April, this past month, Oviedo saw 55 houses sell. And in 2019, just last year, was 81 houses that sold. Oviedo is a really, really hot, fast-moving market. We are down about 47% from last year. I think the buyer traffic is just down quite a bit. Again, the price sold is going up for the Oviedo area, just like Winter Springs. Last year, the price per square foot was about $153. And Oviedo has jumped to $169 per square foot. That's almost a 10% increase, about 9%. I mean, that's amazing to see a 10% increase in value. So I'm definitely glad I have my home that I own in Oviedo because my home values are going up. All sorts of different price ranges that are selling in Oviedo as well. There was a $1.1 million home that sold last month, and there's also some condos that are selling in the Oviedo area in the low hundreds. For the inventory that Oviedo is showing 131 units that are for sale right now. And so if they saw 55 houses that moved this month, we're looking at about 2 to 3 months of inventory for Oviedo. And there's definitely been some good traffic. They started off the month super hot with 41 houses that went under contract. And by the end of the month, they had 73 pending deals there in Oviedo. So these houses are going to sell. Oviedo is going to keep on moving. Got a great market here. If you have some questions, let us know. So off to you, Charlie. Thank you so much.
So let me ask you a question. How many live chickens do they have left in Oviedo? Are there still any, or is it just a joke?
Yeah, for sure. No. Yeah. They're all over the place. Like if you're there by the Ace Hardware store, hear those chickens cackling all the time when I'm trying to fill up my propane, or the post office is over there. You got to make sure you don't run them over. So they're there.
Nobody runs them over.
Yeah, listen to this. Years ago, I'm going back like 20 years ago, I had a plumber, and this guy, wherever he drove, had a live turkey with him. And that's not a joke, it's true. And he would let the turkey run around when his truck was parked out there. He was working there, and his turkey was running around. I'm not talking about big turkey. So anyways, I can believe anything.
How come you haven't gotten one yet?
Okay, pardon?
How come you haven't gotten one yet, Ernst?
No, I'm working on it. Okay, Charlie, it's your turn. I'm sorry to take some time away from you. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's all good. I want to see a turkey run around at a house. That'd be awesome.
Take him with you for a CMA.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the turkey said, I didn't say it, the turkey said it. Awesome. But yeah, let's move on to Maitland here for 2020 and 2019. We did see a big decline in production in Maitland. There's just not a lot of activity compared to last year. As you can see, last year in 2019, there was 39 sold. And this year there's only 20. So we're down almost just about 50% on production from last year. The price per square foot did also drop, but with such a low production here in this month, you could just take 1 or 2 homes and it would easily sway it to be pretty even to last year in 2019. So obviously the pandemic going around did slow it down a fair amount. But yeah, this year in Maitland, we did see a average price per square foot of $166 per square foot, with an average home sales price of $327.8 they're 327.8 thousand. The average size of home that sold was 1,957 square feet. So it's good size. It gives you a good idea of, do I have a home very similar to that size? Roughly about $166 per square foot is the average there in Maitland. Last year, the average price per square foot was $190,000. So like I said, there was a bit of a decline, year over year, but with such a low volume of homes that sold, there's a few properties that really could have affected that. The range of properties that sold here this year range from anywhere $69.9 thousand all the way up to $617,000. And last year, the range was much bigger at $120,000 to $1.5 million. So with the higher price range happening last year, could have very easily swayed that price per square foot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So moving on to Winter Park here, we saw, like Maitland, a much lower production, down roughly 33% over last year in number of homes that have sold. However, we did see a higher price per square foot compared to last year. This year, the average price per square foot here in Winter Park was $217 per square foot. Last year, it was $207. So we are up compared to last year, which is good, even though that the production is down. The range of prices that sold here in Winter Park this year ranged all the way from $58,000 up to $1.97 million. Big gap in price range there.
Yeah.
Last year, we did see an even bigger price gap. It ranged anywhere from $69,000 all the way up to $6.5 million. So we did see a big price gap last year there in Winter Park. While some of those few $1 million homes can sway the prices, overall, we did see an increase of price here this year in Winter Park for an average sales price of $459,000. So yeah, we've got good things moving there in Winter Park, and a lot of properties moving as well, even though there's a pandemic going around. But,
right.
And we'll move on to Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you there, Charles. So everybody, this is Tony Bonello. I got your numbers for Apopka and Altamont Springs here. This year, the month of April, we're looking at 104 sold here in 2020, which is down from last year. As we see, we sold 147 last year, which is down 30%. However, on the bright side, prices for square foot were at $137. So the average price of a home this year that was sold in the month of April was $286,000. Last year, it was $254,000. So that's a jump of $32,000. So if you sold your home this year, you're obviously a lot happier than if you sold it last year. That's a nice jump there. Similar in Altamont Springs. So this year, in the month of April, we sold 70 homes versus last year where we sold 108. So that also is down 35%. But the same bright side here. The average square foot this year was at $140, driving the average price of a home in Altamont Springs to $214,000, which is up $23,000 from last year. Last year was at $191. So at the end of the day, what all of these numbers say is if you're looking to list your home, you will be in the driver's seat. It's a great time to list. You're going to get a lot more money than you did last year. And it is extremely a seller's market with such little inventory out there. So if you're interested in Apopka, Altamont, give me a call. You're up, Ernst.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'll be reporting on the Berry and Lake Geneva in Geneva. I know, like I said before, the Berry is close to Seminole County, so we're just counting it in. And Geneva is it's a large area, but it's small in sales. So we had 7 sales this year compared to 9 last year, in 2019. So that's a 22% decline. Again, it's a very small size of homes sold. And then the average home price increased 43% to $423,000. Again, any large sale on the water can really skew these numbers. So I wouldn't put that much into what you're reading there. As far as the Berry is concerned, I don't know why there's some certain areas of Seminole County, or outside Seminole County, which are on fire. For instance, the Berry sold 53 homes compared to 16 in 2019. It's almost impossible. 37% increase, which is huge. And the average price is $266,000. It's a 6% increase. So there is a beautiful, the home prices all over there. I guess people are moving from Lake Mary. They must be moving out there because Lake Mary shows such a decline and they're showing an increase. So something is happening there. But then again, Longwood is on fire as well, and so is Sanford. So I don't know exactly what's happening, why some areas are more attractive than others. So that's basically all our marketing updates and so forth. But I want to talk a little bit about maybe some general discussion about real estate as to what you're seeing. I know when I look at the numbers, and that's just a short sampling, which was April, that the luxury home market is getting hammered. And of course, luxury buyers, when the stock market is doing well, they buy. And if they don't, if the market is not doing well, then they start to cave. So there's a huge amount of inventory. Right now, it's like 22 months of unsold inventory in that area. So that is huge. What else are you seeing in the market? I see one thing for sure: if your house is priced correctly and it's updated, it's flying out the door with multiple offers. I see that as well. So what do you see? Anybody out there? Anybody has any input? Julia, what do you see from your perspective?
Sure. So I'm seeing probably a 50-50 ratio of purchases and refinances. And a lot of what I'm seeing with the refinances is that investors are pulling cash out of their primary home because they currently have so much equity, and then they're paying cash for their investment properties rather than putting it into the stock market.
That's a good idea. Of course, when you refi, you have to have a job, right? You can't just refi without having a job. You can't be furloughed or laid off, something like that,
Correct. Yes. And if somebody has been furloughed and they put a loan into forbearance, then they cannot purchase for 12 months after the forbearance is over. So wow. I caution people to not go into forbearance. If they're going to quit paying because they're not able to pay, the mortgage would be the last one I would recommend to do that with. Okay.
So I'm paying for my credit cards.
Let those go. Pay the mortgage.
Okay. Anybody else? Are you seeing a certain trend? Lisa, or what are you seeing? Anything special?
Ernst, I'm telling you, Ernst, that with the buyers that are out there right now, the buyers are very, very serious and they want to find a property. So people should not be concerned about listing their property, that there's nobody out there that wants to buy their property. The buyers are out there are super interested. They're pre-qualified. They're ready to go. And also, I don't know if this is happening with you, Julia, but a lot of the buyers who are very well qualified, it seems like on the back end, they're kind of waiving or doing these pencil appraisals to avoid, because, sometimes in the past, we've run into some appraisal issues. And the last two closings that I've had, they did a pencil appraisal and they moved on and we didn't even have to go forward with an appraisal. So, there's stuff there going on.
Yeah, we are definitely seeing more of the Fannie Mae appraisal waivers. So that appraisals aren't having to take place. And I know VA is actually allowing for their appraisers not to go into the property if they choose not to go into the property, and they can actually complete the appraisal without going inside of the home.
Wow, hallelujah, because the VA appraisers can sometimes be the most challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. VA they don't have a loan limit. Is that what you're saying, or?
They do not have a loan limit, but they're also allowing their appraisers to just do a drive-by appraisal rather than going inside of the homes.
But the loan limit, of course, is based on their income, right? Or how does that work? Because the certificate says you are only eligible for so much. Is that correct, or? How does that work?
So VA actually changed it at the beginning of this year to where there's not a maximum loan limit for a VA loan. So if somebody's buying a $600,000 home and they're a veteran or active military, they can use every penny of their VA eligibility to buy that $600,000 home. And it's
So
100% financing with no mortgage insurance.
If their eligibilities, if their certificate says you can qualify up to that amount, is that how that works?
That is exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
all that the veteran or active military would need to provide to us as the lender would be their DD 214. And then we can go directly to the VA to find out the eligibility.
Wow, that's monster. So we can advertise no money down, you know, you buy a home, no money down, and see who raises their hand. I mean, it's VA. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not a VA? Well, see what else Julia has. So here's another marketing trick. We are going through some other twists to get some more buyers to buy homes these days. So that's a great thing. Thank you so much. Anybody has anything else, what you're seeing?
I wanted to comment on the city of Sanford, that as you can see, when I was giving you the market update, it increased 5%. As you can see, based on my experience, a lot of people are, you know, they continue to be conservative with, you know, how much money they want to spend on buying a home. And I can see a pattern of finding more home for your money. In many cases, if you move from Lake Mary to Sanford, it's becoming more diverse. We have a lot of new construction, older homes. The downtown Sanford has really improved. So if attracting more people, and the same in the Berry, I had a previous customer really wanting to buy in Lake Mary, which is obviously a beautiful city, as we all know, but she found a beautiful home in the Berry, about 100,000 less, and that's what we did. So, you know, people are conservative, so we are diverse, and we just want to make the client happy and find them the good house. I also wanted to let you know, I want to make myself available to the Hispanic community, you know, Central Florida and all prospects out of state relocating to our beautiful Sunshine State. Just to know, as a team, you know, I provide fully bilingual capabilities, and I'm here to assist everyone that needs bilingual services.
Great. Thank you so much. Anybody else has any input? If not,
I speak German.
Yes, so do I.
You mentioned that the high sales, the $1 million homes, luxury homes are down.
Yeah.
I would go then and saying that the lower houses are up. A lot of condominiums in Altamont Springs, and if you look at them and you track them, those sales are growing. So you'll still see a lot of more condos and maybe townhome sales in the very near future.
Great, yeah, that's a very good point. Okay, everyone, we're pretty much at the end of our real estate update. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for spending the time here and preparing for this meeting. It takes time, it just doesn't go by itself. I almost forgot to say we are located in Lake Mary, but we sell real estate from Davenport all the way to North Smyrna Beach. We go from Christmas, which is in East Orlando, all the way to the Lake County area, Groveland or wherever. So we are not just an area where we are focusing here in Lake Mary, we're just going all over the place. I also want to say, if you want to call our team members direct, our main number, of course, is 330-2181, which is answered and is forwarded at night to one of the team members on a rotating basis. Or you can call their number direct, which is like Charles, is 321-262-1134, or Lisa 407-326-3636, 407-326-3636, Chris 407-687-6816, and Tony 407-782-3898. And you can also find us, of course, on our Facebook page or our website, Gitta Sells/team. We have a Instagram page. We got a LinkedIn page. We're all over the place. You can find us if you want to find us. Again, I wish you a wonderful evening. It's supposed to cool down a little bit. It's supposed to be kind of cool tomorrow. And don't forget, pardon? I thought somebody said somebody. Don't forget, we open 7 days a week. You call us, we'll answer the phone, and we'll meet with you to serve you. Have a wonderful day, evening and wonderful weekend. Thank you very much, everybody. See you later.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.